Hello, my name's Irrelevant, and welcome to another broadcast day. Now, I know all were fixing to see some pancakes today, but unfortunately, I had some ground beef that I needed to use up before it gets too long in the tooth, and sometimes my go-to to use up some ground beef is to just mix it in with some vegetable garden chili. Product placement much? Gets you a nice balance of both worlds, vegetables, beef, whatever. And I like to enjoy that with a little bit of cornbread. Key term, a little bit of cornbread. Now, let's take a moment here to talk about cornbread. One of the biggest problems with cornbread is you go on to them interwebs and you look up a recipe and you make that recipe and you end up with this big damn loaf that can feed an army, but you're only one dude. What do you do with that? The stuff doesn't age well, you know. After a while, after a couple days, it's all dry and crunchy and stale, and you gotta preheat it and slather it with butter, but it's still not the same. The oven's ready. Oh, oven, you completely derailed my dialogue. Sometimes I just want to enjoy a little bit of cornbread with my chili. I don't want to be choking that down all week long. So here is what we are gonna do. We're gonna take this little bowl right here and we're gonna put in a quarter cup of meal, cornmeal that is, if you didn't already figure that out, and a quarter cup of flour. Yeah, it looks like there's a half cup in there already. Now, we get a teaspoon of some of this here magic powder. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The bacon sauce. Baking powder. And then we want ourselves a tablespoon of sugar. Ah, fuck. I do enjoy me some brown sugar in this recipe, but one of the biggest problems with brown sugar is the damn stuff always goes hard. You're one guy, you can't use it up fast enough, it gets all solid. All right, fuck that then. We're gonna improvise. I'll show you in a minute. Now, we're gonna grab ourselves a whisk. I usually use a whisk for this recipe. We're gonna combine those dry ingredients, just like that. Usually the sugar would be in there. You can use white sugar. White sugar is just gonna work just fine. And now, it's time for the wet ingredients. Now, let's see here. I'm gonna compensate. I'm gonna improvise. Adapt. Are we MacGyver? Or are we that guy who drinks piss? I don't know. But either way, let's try ourselves some maple. Now I'm gonna look at that. I got some pretty good spatial skills, right? Just gonna, oh geez, that's gonna be plenty right there. You gotta get some little bit of sugar sweetener. Otherwise, moving forward, you got yourself a quarter cup of milk. Oh yeah, just like that. And now there's the secret ingredient. You see, usually a recipe of this nature asks for some egg, right? Now this is a quarter batch of a full recipe, and the full recipe calls for 2 eggs. So I implore you folks, how do you half an egg? I'm not about to go waste an egg just every time I want some cornbread. So actually my friend Kelly helped me figure this out, and she recommended mayonnaise. That's right, that's the secret ingredient right there. It's gonna give it a little bit of that southern spice. You see, mayonnaise is made mostly of egg. Apparently it's 3 tablespoons of mayonnaise per every 1 egg. Now we need a half an egg, so that's 1.5 tablespoons of mayonnaise. So I just get a nice sloppy heap like that and just toss that right in. There's very few things that I actually use mayonnaise for, but I really don't mind the stuff. Is this what it feels like to be a dog eating peanut butter? Didn't expect that. And now we're gonna combine that. No secret here. Just stir in that beautiful bean footage. It looks a bit more wet than I usually remember it. That's what she says. If it tastes good right off the whiskey, no, you got it right. Now, right here, I have an Anchor glass. It says 4 cups, 1 quart, 946 milliliters, 6 inches. That's going to give you an idea of the scale of bakeware you're going to need. Now, unfortunately, one of the problems with the recipes that I'm fixing to show you people. Fuck, Hockey Night in Canada just fired my ass. Now, one of the things about the recipes that I'm fixing to show y'all is that it sometimes requires specialty bakeware. When you're trying to make mini batches for one person, I've actually made a point to go out and buy mini bakeware. It's like I'm that mad scientist girl with the purple hair from the new She-Ra cartoon, just all like, oh, tiny food, which is a sentiment I can relate to, being a mad scientist myself, when you might otherwise be living a somewhat sedentary lifestyle, working in your lab all the time. Limiting your intake becomes a matter of survival. Moving right along, we're gonna grab our asses a knife and we're gonna go get ourselves a little bit of butter. Oh yeah, a little bit of butter, right? Because we gotta butter that dish. We gotta spread it around. We gotta get our fingers all up in there. Get it all moved around. Just be creative. There's no wrong answers. It's just a happy little buttered dish. That should be good enough right about there. Now we're gonna go ahead. I wasn't quite prepared for this. And we're gonna just pour that in there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. I'm gonna lick you later. So good. So good. If I get any more into this, I think this video is gonna get flagged for inappropriate content. But now that this is ready, well, almost ready, we got a little free radical here. Get down in there. We just slap it in the oven. Now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna bake that 400 for 20 minutes. That's 400 for 20 minutes. Notice how much of a fucking mess I've made too, by the way. Bacon does not have to be sloppy. And now we wait. Missed it by that much. Dinner's ready. I came for the chuggers, and I stayed for the jiggy wiggers. Oh shit, we stepped on the cat. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy fucking New Year. Now, when it's all said and done, it's gonna look a little something like this. Oh. I might not have used quite enough butter. We're still good though. We're still good. We just have to spot with this guy right now. Oh yeah. A little patchy on the bottom. But that's what I'm talking about right there. Oh, we gotta take a photo for Instagram. that looks like horses. I don't actually have Instagram. Story post. Real time, motherfuckers. And that, sir, right there is what you get. Look at that. Oh yeah. So good. Now, one of the catches with this recipe is it is using mayo where you would otherwise use eggs. So even though you could theoretically double, triple this, it doesn't loaf well, you know, it doesn't cut well. Now, this is just big enough on an average appetite to feed you and the little lady. Otherwise, if you were one dude with a hearty appetite, it could be just perfect. Maybe I shouldn't be chewing right now. Now, the fact that it doesn't cut well is just fine because it makes it nice and crumbly and just perfect. Just perfect to go with your chili. Oh, nails on the chalkboard, right? And look at that. That is one delicioso recipe for you guys. I do hope you enjoy this one, and I know I'm going to enjoy it. Toodaloo. How much does the oven show up on the dialogue? We can't be having a dirty dialogue. If that oven is blowing too hard, that might pose some difficulties for us.